everybody. Hey, I got a donation from Ronald Cavalieri, who asked me to put my top 10 favorite cover songs. Cover songs that are better than the original. Took me a while to do this because I only could think of 2 or 3. But man, when I did a little research and went and saw people talk about their favorite covers on Google, most of them I didn't agree with. But here and there I was like, yeah, that one, oh, this one, that one, And then some came to my mind too. And I'm very proud of my list. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a couple cover songs that are better than the original that I forgot about. Feel free to leave comments below of your favorite covers that are better than the original. And if I agree with you, I'll leave you a comment going, yeah, you're right on that one. If I don't comment, I don't agree with you. But it's cool that you think that. Now, I got some honorable mentions. And no, not Johnny Cash Hurt. Sorry, man. I don't get that. Sounds like an old man dying. I don't know. Yeah, but the pain in his voice. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you think Hurt is better than the 9 Inch Nails version. I guess it is, because they both suck. All right, but Aerosmith Come Together is an honorable mention, and yes, I think it's better than the Beatles version. I sure do. And I love the Beatles version, though. But I think Aerosmith's version is better. But also, at the same time, that's totally my timeline. That's when I was a little kid. I remember I had the Aerosmith, not Aerosmith, Sgt. Pepper soundtrack. And I said it back then, when I was a little kid. I said, I can never get sick of this song, Come Together, from Aerosmith. At one time, that was my favorite song of all time when I was a little kid. It was the one song that I could play anytime and not get sick of it. And I can do that too now. By the way, I changed my mind on my favorite song of all time. My favorite song of all time has always been Rainbow, Stargazer. I changed my mind. Because I was hearing this song the other day and I was like, there are a lot of people that feel this is the greatest song ever. And I agree with those people. Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin is the greatest song ever written. My opinion, not a cover. But I gotta say, all the cover songs that Zeppelin did, in other words, all the songs that Led Zeppelin stole, they made those songs better. Yeah, that's what I feel. Alright, this one's a great one. Now, this one I'm having a little trouble saying it's better than the original. That's why I didn't make my top 10. But man, if it's not better than the original, it's right there with it. I think it's tied with the original. And that is Kiss with Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio, the Ramones cover. I thought they did such an awesome job, which is just Gene and Paul, I guess, Tommy, the Scabs, whatever. Man, that's a great cover. But not better than the Ramones version. That's why I did not put it in my top 10. Okay, this one I do feel is better than the original, but it doesn't make my top 10 anyway. Am I Evil from Metallica. I love Diamond Head's version, but there's something about that Metallica version. Just, the sound of it. It's beefier. I'll give it to that one. Next one, Billy Joel, To Make You Feel My Love, which is a Bob Dylan cover. And I've heard the Bob Dylan cover, and Billy Joel does it better. Rat, Walking the Dog. Out of all the versions I've heard of Walking the Dog. And no, I haven't heard every version. I heard the Rolling Stones. I heard Aerosmith. Rat did the best version in my opinion. And the last honorable mention, the Beatles. Please, Mr. Postman. My God, I love that song. Blows away the original. I love John's voice, man. John's voice is so cool. It's kind of screamy and killer. The tone of that voice, my God. Amazing. All right, here we go with my top 10 favorite cover songs that I feel are better than the originals. At number 10, Kiss with 2000 Man. Way better than the Rolling Stone version. Rolling Stone version sounds like, you're tiptoeing through tulips. listening to that version, totally different. Kiss made it rock, and I freaking love it. That's at 10. At 9, the Ramones, I Don't Want to Grow Up, which is a Tom Waits cover. Tom Waits cover is not bad, though. I do like it. He made a video for it. I like the Ramones version more. So that's why it made my list at number 9. All right, number 8, look. For the longest time, I denied this cover being better than the original. I was lying to myself because I love the original and that band that did the original so much. I love that band more than the band that covered the song and made it better, but I do love that band. Who am I talking about? Sepultura doing Orgasmatron by Motorhead. And I love Orgasmatron by Motorhead. I had the album when it was new. Thought it was a masterpiece. Then Sepultura comes and does a cover that's more, punchy. And I was like, yeah, it's awesome, but it's no Motorhead. No, actually, it's better than Motorhead's version. I got to give it to Sepultura. Now, I will say, and I wish I knew the answer to this, but when I saw Motorhead on the 1913, what the hell is the name of that album? I think it's 1913. When I saw them on that tour, they were, Motorhead's the loudest band in the world with Black Sabbath. I was pretty deaf after the show, and when I met Lemmy, somebody asked Lemmy, hey Lemmy, what do you think of Sepultura's version of Orgasmatron? And my ears were ringing so bad, and there was motors running back there, that Lemmy walked up to the dude and answered him, but I didn't hear what he said. I wish I would have known what Eddie. It seemed like body language wise, Lemmy didn't like it, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But I like it more than the original, and I love the original. But I got to give it to Sepultura on that. All right, now we're at number 7. Number 7, I'm going with April Wine with Sign of the Gypsy Queen. I love that song. I didn't know that was a cover for many years. Then I finally heard the original. Guy's name was Lawrence Hudd. And yeah, April Wine does it much better. Way better. Definitely deserves to be on the list. All right. And number 6, Bible by Ghost. That was it was a cover from a band called Imperiate. And I heard that version of their version. No, nowhere near. That is one of my favorite Ghost recordings, period. Of everything Ghost has ever recorded, Bible would be up there. Probably my top 5 of greatest Ghost recording. What an amazing, amazing song. An amazing cover. At number 6. At number 5. Some may see this as a joke. I see this as fucking perfection. Perfection. From the no talented, as many of you say, but I think he had an awesome voice. Sid Vicious and his cover of My Way. Way better than Frank Sinatra and all that shit. It was so snotty and arrogant, and the way he starts the song, making, really stupid and, noisy with his voice, and then when it kicks in, total punk rock, kick ass. Sid Vicious, My Way. It's a masterpiece. Some of you may laugh. I don't. I worship. All right, at number 4. Yeah, you know what? I don't dislike the original, but Devo with Satisfaction. See, here's the thing. With all these covers I've been talking about, all these covers also are very different than the original, or somewhat different. Because there's a lot of covers out there, that are just too, I'll give you an example. People always say, oh, Anthrax did a great cover of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. But it's no different. It's the same song. All right, they did a great cover, but they played it the way Sabbath played it. All these songs I've been talking about, they're weird and different, but man, none is more different than Devo's Satisfaction. That's a completely different song. It's really out there, and man, ever since I was a little kid in the 70s, I love that version. And I love the Rolling Stones version, which I'm sure I heard first, but no. Devo, I think, is the best version. of that song, and that's why it's all the way at number 4. All right, number 3, Joey Ramone with What a Wonderful World. I think Louis Armstrong did the original. And it's cool. I like, Louis Armstrong, that raspy voice. I see the sky the blue. It's awesome. But man, the way Joey sings it, it touches my soul hard. Hard. That's why it's so high up in the list. It really tugs at me more than Louis Armstrong. What an amazing, amazing voice. Unique and original voice Joey Ramone had. And there was so much emotion and feeling in that voice. And you can hear it on What a Wonderful World is, which is one of the greatest vocal performances Joey's ever done, I think. All right, at number 2, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, blows away Bob Dylan's version badly. But then again, man, just about every band that covers a Bob Dylan song makes it better. Like, there was a band called Heaven that did Knocking on Heaven's Door way before Guns N' Roses did it. I like that version more than Bob Dylan and Guns N' Roses. But yeah, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, he grabbed that song and made it his own. Very different, and it rocks, and what a great solo. God damn, man. Too bad we lost Jimmy so early in his life, man. It's a shame. I mean, what Jimi Hendrix was working on before he died in Electric Ladyland Studios is awesome. All that's been released through the years in different compilations. Room Full of Mirrors, Angel, From the Storm. I mean, so many great. Dolly Dagger. So many amazing Jimi Hendrix songs that was released after he died, because before he died, he was out there in Electric Ladyland belting out those songs. And man, a lot of them are great and unfinished. Who knows what those songs would have been if Hendrix lived? And that's all the way at number 2. All right, number 1. This may be shocking to some of you because you're probably thinking it's going to be either a metal band or a hard rocking song or whatever. No. Extremely mellow and one of the greatest voices I ever heard in my life. Jeff Buckley with Hallelujah, which is a Leonard Cohen cover. And I listen to Leonard Cohen. Yeah, guy's not even a singer. I don't know what he's doing. It's like, not as, it's just Jeff Buckley, man. That's what I'm trying to say. The way he sings that damn song is the greatest cover ever. He owns it. And that's another guy. What a shame that guy died. Mysteriously, by the way. Jeff Buckley with Hallelujah is my number 1. Now, Ronald wanted me to discuss the song Because the Night, which it's not on, if it's not on my list, and it's not, but for him, Natalie Merchant makes a great song, perfect on the MTV Unplugged version. And he says, don't get me wrong, I love Patti Smith's version, also by Merchant. For me, just fucking nails the song, he says. Well, Ronald, I went and checked out both. I am aware of the song. I am even aware that Bruce Springsteen wrote it. And I heard Patti Smith's version, or Smythe, whatever. I didn't really care for it, dude, to tell you the truth. Then I listened to the Natalie Merchant. Holy crap, that was awesome. She did a great version. I even like Keel. Keel's version more than Patti Smith's. But no, I think Natalie Merchant, and I've heard Bruce Springsteen do it too. But I think of every version I've heard of Because the Night, I would give it to Natalie Merchant. First time I heard it, I was floored. I thought it was amazing. Great voice, beautiful voice. So Ronald Cavalieri, thank you so much, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this, and everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed it as well. Leave your comments below of what you feel are your favorite covers that are better than originals, and if you can name any that I would agree with, I promise you I will leave you a comment saying, yeah, you're right, man, think of that one. So thank you again, everybody watching, and Ronald Cavalieri. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell. And, like the video. That'd be awesome for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.